Hello everyone, it's your girl Lola Loves You and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to talk about Whitney Houston's first manager, Eugene Harvey. Well, right after high school, Whitney Houston, it was game time. So she couldn't sign a record deal because her mom said she had to finish school. By the recommendation of Dionne Ward, Dionne told Whitney to sign with a production company named Terra Productions, and Whitney Houston signed, and Eugene Harvey became one of her managers. And once he became her manager, Whitney Houston's name and career started to take off. So Eugene Harvey became Whitney Houston's contact person. So if you wanted to see her perform somewhere, you would contact him if she's performing at Macau, Sweetwater's, or the Bottom Line, or you wanted her for some type of engagement or anything, you would contact him. This is when Whitney Houston's modeling career started taking off because she signed with Wilhelmina Models during this time. So he was getting her bigger deals and things like that. So it landed her like in New York in the like 82 was the Whitney Houston year. She had a big buzz about herself. She just was in Sissy Houston's daughter, the song Background. She was she started having a name for herself, and people started to take interest in her and wanted to sign her. And what's his name, Jerry Griffith took really interest in her, and he is the reason why she got signed as well. But see, back then, now it's easier for people. Well, record deals is really nothing now, but back then it didn't matter you was pretty or you could sing. It was a method and it was a formula, and Eugene Harvey played a really important part of the formula of Whitney Houston getting a record deal, and as well as Jerry Griffith. But Eugene Harvey really can't. He really, he did his job. He got her record deal. So Jerry Griffith took an interest, called Eugene Harvey, saw her perform, took interest, and that's how she got her record deal. So after that, Whitney Houston came out with her first album, and she became a overnight superstar. And she moved. And once she moved, she needed a little more money out of her budget for rent. And this was a mistake. Allegedly, Robin told her to ask her father, to talk to Eugene Harvey, because Eugene Harvey did not want to give Whitney Houston a little more out of her budget. So the father said he'll take care of it, but that was a big mistake. So he started taking control of Whitney Houston's finances, and Eugene Harvey, stepped aside of the financial department. Now, after that, Eugene Harvey recommended Sylvia. That's how Sylvia came along to take care of Whitney Houston's a luxury apartment at that time. I think it was like a luxury apartment condo at that time. So that's how Sylvia came about, because of recommendation allegedly from Eugene Harvey. Now Whitney Houston wins her first Grammy. Eugene Harvey is the man Whitney Houston hugged and kissed backstage before she went to accept her Grammy. It was such a touching moment because Eugene Harvey was the manager that Dionne Warwick recommended, and Dionne Warwick presented Whitney Houston with her first Grammy. That was just an epic, iconic moment. Whitney Houston had a Cinderella life in the beginning of her life. Oh, it was just a beautiful, like out of a storybook. So now Whitney Houston is a superstar. I mean, she could do no wrong. So Eugene Harvey was the person behind the scenes, as well as like Robin and other people, Clive Davis, of course. It just was a phenomenal formula they was creating for Whitney Houston. So he was handling all the business aspects like deals and things like that, and Whitney was, she was like royalty, like a pop princess. Now they wanted to do something a little different with Whitney Houston's career. As they didn't just want to have her just strictly for just singing. So it was time for the acting to see, do she got it or not. So it took years and years of negotiating different types of deals for a movie project for her. And Eugene Harvey was one of those people that was, negotiating the deals for her. Now, at this time, I think that's how the bodyguard came about. And one of the last photos I remember seeing with Eugene Harvey with Whitney, because I don't know exactly when he left, not even say left, because we're going to get there, was a picture like during her I'm Your Baby Tonight tour, and it was on a jet. It was like on an airplane, on a jet. And I have the picture up. And that was the last time that I saw a public picture of those two together. Now, at this time, I don't know what happened. I think he was let go, allegedly. So I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if there was a disagreement, but I believe he was let go. And her father took the role of her manager. And it seems so familiar, y'all. It reminds me of the Destiny's Child story, allegedly. If you don't know, Destiny's Child, if it wasn't for a lady named Ann Tillman, Miss Ann, they call her Miss Ann, rest in peace, Miss Ann, rest in peace. Miss Ann was the force behind Destiny's Child. If it was not for Miss Ann, Destiny's Child, it would have never been a Destiny's Child. Miss Ann really took interest in Beyonce and grouping girls surrounding Beyonce to create this powerful girl group. And Matthew Knowles saw this and used Beyonce as a pawn to try to get into being a co-manager, allegedly. And once Miss Ann passed, he took total control of the group, and a group that he did not build. You see what I'm saying? He did not build Destiny's Child, allegedly. Miss Ann, that was her money. That was her money for the photo shoots, the demos, and things like that. Miss Ann got them their record deal. She had all the smarts, and she had the money to back it up for everything. Now, the same thing with Eugene Harvey. He gets Whitney, she signed a production company contract with him, and he gets her record, a great record deal. And, Whitney Houston became this mega superstar, and once, she about to go to the next level, then, they want to cut him loose. I don't know if she was a part of it, but I doubt it, because Whitney Houston was not that type of cutthroat person. So the father started, I believe he wanted to be like a Matthew Knowles. I can manage you, because, he wanted more access to the money and more control and power, allegedly. They say John Huston loved power and control. Now, after Whitney parted ways with Eugene Harvey, her career still was shining even brighter. This was during the bodyguard era. This is one of Whitney Houston's most iconic eras. And from the outside looking in, it looked beautiful, but from the inside, it was going bad. Her father allegedly and her accountant was draining her dry. So you didn't have someone to have to look in Whitney Houston's best interest. Sometimes when you have your family working for you and you think that it's cheaper or they're gonna have my back, they really don't. You understand? They are ill experienced with handling management of a star, because if that's the case, her father could have managed her mom's career, and he didn't really do a good job at that. So it seems though, if you had any best interest for Whitney Houston, a lot of her allegedly people in her circle did not like that. So they would try to ice you out or get you out so they can have access to her. And those people were not Sylvia or Robin at all, but it was other people in Whitney Houston's deep, close circle. So they would do things like that. They always try to get Robin out. They always try to get Sylvia out. So, and they got some of the bodyguards out. So Eugene Harvey was one of those people that had Whitney Houston's best interest, but he was pushed out, allegedly. Throughout it all, I just want to thank Eugene Harvey for representing Whitney Houston in an excellent manner, for getting her record deal, getting attention for her to get a record deal, and for managing her career in an impeccable way, because the 80s, Whitney could do no wrong. It was perfect. And I just wanted to, to thank him. I know he's no longer here with us, but, it's just a thank you, because I never, after he left, I never heard Whitney talk about him at all. Not like that. But anyway, it's your girl Lola Loves You, and I'll be back with another video. Bye.